Have you ever had a situation where you decided to check your account statements and you realized you're spending thousands of dollars on things that you don't really need? Subscriptions, Amazon purchases, and so on. And you're like, oh crap, I didn't know that this is how much money I'm throwing away every month on stuff that I can live just fine without. Well, that's when it comes to your money, which you can always make up for with hard work and if you change some of your spending habits. But what about your time? In this video, I want to share with you what I recently started doing to eliminate most of the distractions and how it has helped me stay more focused and be more productive. And by the way, these are not some things that I made up by myself. These are some of the things that I've read in some of the best business books and the things that I've seen successful entrepreneurs implement in their life. And maybe they will work for you as well. So let's dive right in. Okay, so just like you can audit your accounts to see where your money is going, what if you could do the same for your time and see how much time you're losing to distractions? And what do these distractions end up costing you? I'm sure we all have distractions that are robbing us of something that, in my opinion, is worth more than money. Our time, our quality of life and productivity can instantly improve as soon as we start being aware of the things that are robbing us. And I'm gonna tell you, it all adds up. Trust me. You'd be shocked if you started tracking where your time goes and what is keeping you away from achieving more. So here is what I started doing to help me get rid of most of my distractions. Number one, I started to plan my day ahead, and this beautiful thing called calendar became my best friend. Everything goes on my calendar, no matter how small or repetitive the task is. Number two, when I plan my day, I time block the work that requires my full focus. Let's say I need to do a research and I know that it's gonna take me somewhere about an hour. I make sure to block that hour specifically for that research and nothing else. Number three, notifications. Every app out there on our devices wants us to turn those notifications on. In my opinion, that's ridiculous. I turn most of my notifications off. And for the work that I know I cannot be disturbed, I put my phone on do not disturb mode. The greatest thing that ever was invented in the phones. Try that and you'll see how much more you can get done without being bothered by a text or some other notification. All right, number four, you don't have to do this, but I like to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And for the first 2 hours, when it's quiet, everyone is still asleep, I use this opportunity to read, think, and get myself ready for the day. And if you're a night owl, then you can do this later in the evening when everyone goes to bed and you're not bothered by no one. But I prefer mornings. Number five, social media. When I go on social media, I give myself very limited time, and usually I don't sit there and just scroll through the feed. Usually, it's for a specific purpose, especially after I learn what scrolling does to our brain and how it depletes our dopamine. But more importantly, if I do catch myself scrolling, I'm instantly aware of that, and I ask myself, is this the best use of my time right now? And in most cases, the answer is of course no. So I just put it aside. Number six, I learned this from a book I read. It's called The One Thing. Basically, at the beginning of the day, I ask myself this question. What is the one main thing that I have to do today that matters the most? Something that if I don't do it, everything else won't matter as much. This really helps me prioritize my tasks and keeps me focused on the main thing. So if you look at your day, typically there are one or two things that are most important, and they produce 80% of your results. That's just how it works. So when you approach each day with focusing on that one main thing, you raise your productivity exponentially because those days start to stack up. And number 7, this is the last thing, which is probably too much for most, but I felt like that's what I needed to do for myself. I stopped watching shows, movies. I don't really watch sports, except for Super Bowl and NBA Finals. And I don't really go out as much as I used to. Now, one thing that is a priority for me is my family. So I don't compromise on that. I'm not talking about completely shutting yourself off from the world. Absolutely not. I like having fun and doing fun things. But now I'm more aware of where my time goes. So I am more picky about what I choose to do and how much time I spend on fun. So these are some of the things that work for me. It may not be exactly your cup of tea. You may find some of these things way too extreme, and that's okay. But the point is that we all have way too many distractions, and they end up robbing us. Some more, some less. But at the end of the day, the moment we become aware of what those things are, we can start the process of eliminating them one by one and achieve better results, become more productive, and of course, more successful. If you like this video, here's another one for you to watch. If you don't want to miss the next video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button.